So guys, I'm sitting in my car with lint all over my shirt, and I'm just frustrated because I can't put out a decent video. I feel like I'm not. My daughter is upstairs in the room, and she's been very generous to give me quiet time, but then I feel rushed, and I don't want her, feeling like she can't be in there, and it's not really safe. I'm in a hotel off the interstates. We are doing the best we can with what space we have. I did some meditation, and I want to share some things, and I want to go ahead and go over them. I do want to say that my heart goes out to Tulsi Gabbard, who resigned from Trump's party, or whatever you want to call it. And I am praying for Tulsi and her family at this time. And, I'm not one to come on and predict health situations. I don't like doing that, but I know her husband is fighting an illness right now, and they're going to really need our prayers. Okay, now and in the near future, I'm going to say that. Another thing I want to go over is Luhansk, which is located near the border of Ukraine, but it is occupied by Russia. And what happened yesterday, which would have been early morning hours here in the United States on the East Coast region, people, children. So it wasn't done in revenge for Ukraine. The neo-Nazis, they put the Slavic people in a separate category. And the Ukrainian regime consider themselves part of the neo-Nazi. But then you have places like Slovakia, even parts of the Hungarian region, and Russia, and other places I didn't mention that are Slavic, even parts of Bosnia. Where is Donald Trump's wife from? She's considered Slavic. Yeah. It's done for that. And that's why we're in a war. It's just for that reason. And I have lint all over my shirt. Sorry if you see white stuff all over it. Anyways, I want to say, so I am down here in the car, and I have a few things written down that I want to go over. And the first thing was Israel, because people were asking me about Israel due to Ivanka getting death threats from a terrorist, quote, group. First, we hear it's from Iraq. Then we hear it's from Syria. I've been told Iran. I've been told 3 different things, and I've read these. Now, where the fuck is it coming from? It can't be all 3 now. Which terrorist group? All right. I already put a video out on that, but that's just my opinion. But I'm getting that Israel is pushing Trump to finish Iran. Sometimes I say Iran, but you know what I mean. I'll just say Iran. Iran. Correct me, Spirit. Correct me. Iran. And we could even see IDF, or even the US, but I feel like this is going to be IDF, hitting targets in Syria and Iraq. That's going to be Trump's revenge. Now, I looked into the Straits of Hormuz. I looked into Iran. And I don't see an all-out war there. It will eventually, yeah, of course. As the fronts all open, and it's all going to come into one big circle. Yeah. But that's what I see. And when we move into Russia, Ukraine, I have the pro-regime over in Ukraine is planning something. And I have down borders with Russia, Belarus, NATO regions. And so there were several things that I was getting with that. One was I kept seeing fake videos coming out, something about fake videos. And I mean, I don't know to what degree. They might even try to say that the bombing over in Luhansk was fake, but I know it's not fake because I know someone over there and it's very real. So, and they were young, very real. I think you guys know one of my parents, one is adopted, has a lot of Russian ancestry. And so I've met some of my family. I had to go through some websites and match up the DNA. And I was able to connect to one or two people that I know are close knit. But sometimes I get afraid. I'm like, I don't even know if I want to get close to people that are in these areas because I'm afraid I'll lose them. You know, it's so sad. So I can't imagine what the families are going through on Ukraine and Russia side, on both sides, that are actually living it every day. But I hope Ukraine will understand that the West is not really their friend. They were put there as human shields, and so we'll leave it there at that. So I see that the Ukrainian government, the regime, the current regime, has something up their sleeve. And again, it's fake videos, but also I was getting something with the Mossad. Okay, I'm going to spell it Mossad, Mossad, and then M16 or MI6. And I know that is something that you hear over in the UK, but this is, I don't know. I'm just a messenger. But the MI6 or the Mossad or ML6 could be connected to these fake videos. All right. Then I'm also getting something with a lab. Now, I'm looking at this two different ways. I'm going to give you the first version of how it may go down. There could be a lab over in Ukraine. We know that they have them. But this one could produce some type of toxin that will go into the water streams, affecting drinking water. And in return, it affects people who drink out of this water. And what else would it affect? Animals, livestock. Yeah. Cattle, birds, anything that drinks out of the water, like a creek bed or just water streams. And I just think it would be animals in general. And I have contamination down, and this will come, it will bring political exposure, is what I was getting there. And then I was also hearing something about, I know Trump sent in 5,000 troops, and this is going to be over a 6-month duration. It's not going to happen overnight. And these are the troops that were pulled from Germany. I don't get an escalation. I had to look into that for myself because I was like, okay, is he doing this because we're getting ready to go to war? Like, what the hell? Why is he doing it? Well, obviously, it's to piss off Germany and Merz. That's why. And by the way, Merz, the leader of Germany, that particular, his party is going to lose. Merz is going to lose big time. He's going to lose to AFD. AFD is going to poll over 30, 40, 50%. They're going to win AFD. But Trump is doing it. He's kind of being petty about it, but he's sending those troops to Poland, our American troops, 5,000. It's not to increase or beef up the war with Russia. It's just because he needs to put them somewhere connected to NATO countries, and he's really, really good friends with the leader of Poland. I got off topic, and I always do that, but I have down with Belarus, Poland, Baltic borders. So there's going to be escalation in the Baltic states. More drone scares, military exercises. We're going to see military exercises, guys. Now, in regards to what happened in Luhansk, the college, the children, the school where those kids died yesterday, there could be another attack on Russia that's going to be, it's going to hit hard as well. Okay, it's going to hit very hard. If not, then it's already happened. And between May 25th through June 15th, these are the dates that were given to me. I see, sorry about that, Lent. Russia is going to hit back real hard after a Ukrainian strike. I'm talking the people this is what has set the Russian civilians on edge. And they're going to be riding Putin's ass. Now, Putin needs to go in there and be done with it. Just like Trump, but go into the Straits of Hormuz, make a peace deal, do what you need to do. Technically, that's a proxy war, and really, we shouldn't even be there in the first place. Okay, well, here we are. Russia's going to hit back really hard after the Ukrainian strike. So I feel like this might have already happened, or there's a second event that's going to happen the next couple of days. I hope not, but that's possible. I'm hearing that this may not be the Luhansk strike from yesterday. I don't know if it is. But either way, Ukraine, there's going to be some huge problems. I see lots and lots of problems, and I have OMG beside that. Oh my God. The areas, if you live in Ukraine, because you know my heart goes out for you guys too. You're shitty governments all the way around, guys. Eastern Ukraine, Black Sea and Crimea zones, I'd be careful in the next 48 to 72 hours because there's going to be a huge strike in one of those areas I just mentioned to you. I saw it clear. I know the map pretty well. On an actual map, I have these areas pretty much down packed. East, west, the south part, the north part. Okay, so I'm getting eastern flank. Be careful. And then again, I kept being taken to June 3rd through June 22nd. They were showing me the water and chemicals again. Okay? Dead fish. I kept seeing dead fish and chemical runoff. So that's why I said there could be two different things. It may not actually be Ukraine putting poisons in the water to, I don't know why they would even want to do that, because that's going to poison their people. But you know, they've done some pretty shady. I mean, they blew up a pipeline, for God's sake, right? But they had help. When we say Ukraine does this, Ukraine does that, you can't always just say, oh, but it's Ukraine. No, they have help by the West. They're using United States intelligence, and they're using back channel and European soldiers to help them do things, or even British soldiers on the down low. They don't know how to use some of the equipment that's given to them. I'm being told Germany. Okay. All right. So dead fish, chemical runoff. Another area that I have down for southeastern flank, it's spelled DNIPRO. And then we have KAKHOVKA. The area is together. It's linked together. It's the water system. And then I have the Black Sea. And then they took me to Zaporizhia. I know there's a huge power plant there, and I pray to God there's no explosion there, even though I've always been shown some type of explosion at the Zaporizhia power plant. I always was shown that towards the end of the war, there would be an explosion there that would help end the war because, well, a lot of people die on both sides. And I'm regarding to, the troops, okay? Sorry. So there's connected farms around the Zaporizhia power plant and that whole area, Zaporizhia in general. Those farm areas, so those farm areas are what I'd be cautious with the water. And again, June 3rd through the 22nd. It very well could be a power plant or something that's hit that causes the chemical runoff and not actually Ukraine setting something into the water. It's most likely going to be an explosion or something hit that causes a leak. And it won't be good. All right. Now, when I do these type of things, nothing comes in order for me. Nothing. They like to skip around. Either that or I'm just severely ADHD, which is a possibility. I already know I have ADHD. All right. So we have June 4th through June 18th. I was given the Straits of Hormuz becomes a bargaining weapon. So right away, I was like, okay, Trump's not going after the Straits of Hormuz. No, he's not going to go after them. Not that area. He's not going to bomb that area after what happened with Ivanka getting death threats. Iran is going to use this time between the 4th and 18th of June to gain leverage. That's what I was being shown. And as far as Trump's revenge regarding Ivanka, his daughter, he needs to look closer to home. All right, he needs to look closer to home. Need I say more? But that's all I can say. I don't want to get in trouble, and my life is important, and I want to live for a very long time. he will have more security beef up regarding his family, more security, heavy security. And I was getting that he's going to go after the proxy networks, meaning he will go after areas probably in Iraq, probably in Syria, and a few other places, when in fact he needs to look at one of his allies. His ally might know who did it or who's responsible for it. Need I say more? Yeah. So, anyways, guys, I am going to get off of here. I hope you all have a great Memorial weekend, and I will see you soon. I don't know. I most likely will not be in my apartment until the end of the month, but we're almost there, guys. We're almost there, and hopefully I will be set up and we can start doing lives. I want to start doing lives. I really do. I want to get to interact with my audience because I have a great following here. I love you all. Thank you for your support, and I'll see you soon.